forms and functions of social organization. At the end of this module, the learners should...
Excuse me, miss.
Yes po. Hello, bakit po?
Sorry. Old student ka ba dito, miss?
Yes, old student. Bakit po?
Okay. Hello, I'm Dayan. Transfer ako. Gusto ko lang...
Wait. Transferee? O to the M to the G. Transferee ka?
Yes, transfer ako.
Ikaw pala yun, Dayan. Ikaw yung pinapahintay sa akin ni Ma'am Baredo. Tara na, tour kita sa the Mabini Academy. Tara?
Sige, tara.
First of all, hello, I am Fiona Isilang from 12 UCSP, and I'm the coolest and hottest person you'll meet here sa campus. Siyempre, joke lang sa coolest and hottest, pero before I tour you, question lang, you have like barkada here ba?
Barkada?
Girl, barkada as in your group of friends, gang, clique, tropa, where mutual care, loyalty, and friendships between people who have same social inclination. Usually, these days, teenagers consider their barkada as their family na din eh. Sa barkada din, na-experience yung mga bagay na di natin magawa sa harap ng ibang tao. Kaya fondest memories are made talaga with them. Take note ha, barkada are not only for teenagers, but for everyone regardless of their age. Example dito sa Damabini Academy, may mga magbabarkada every health break, talagang pupulan, magkakasama sila. Siyempre, di lang mga students ang may barkada, mga teachers din. Actually, topic namin yun sa UCSP now eh. But wait, there's more. Meron pang social group, social category, and lastly, social aggregate. Pak, di mo kineri.
Talaga ba? Sige nga, define mo nga kung nag-aral ka talaga.
Aba, Dayan, tinetesting mo ako ha. Okay, listen up. Pati ikaw nakikinig, listen up. Those three sa una are quite confusing, pero let me explain. Social group are collection of people who interact with each other and have the similar characteristics. Example, huwag na tayo lumayo. Barkadas, sport teams dito sa school, pwede din yung mga religious group and ethnic groups. Pero take note ha, hindi ibig sabihin na may same characteristics ay required na mag-interact with each other. Hindi yun ganun be. Next naman is we have social aggregation, or the collection of people who are in the same place pero walang interaction nor similar characteristics. Best example siguro nito is audience watching a movie or a crowd in a event. Malay ba natin, di ba, if sino sila or ano yung social category nila. Pero ayun, move on. Next naman, we have social category, or people who do not interact with each other but have similar characteristics. Halimbawa, tayong lahat, high school students, not every one of us interact with each other, pero we have similar characteristics. Pwede din teachers or men and women. Pero ayun, take note lang ulit na if these people who share similar characteristics interact with each other and identify themselves as part of the group, then we can consider it as social group. And dito sa Mabini Academy, ang daming activities where we can change strangers to friends or distant members of social category to interactive members of social group.
Well, grabe. Nag-aral ka, galing. Pero, malapit na mag-time, Fiona. Yung tour.
OMG, sorry na. Sobrang interesting lang talaga ng UCSP. Okay, let's start. Welcome to the Mabini Academy. Here in the Mabini Academy, hindi lang kita itutour, kundi makikita mo din ang iba't ibang types ng mga person. We have introvert. Laman ng library yan. We also have our top students. Ewan ko sa kanila, di ko sila ma-reach. Dumudugo ilong ko kapag sila kausap ko. And we also have my favorites, the extroverts. Di ka makakahinga, kakatawa be. And lastly, the leader. Super duper maaasahan. And as I tour you sa campus, they'll share some knowledge na din. Exciting! Excited ka na ba, Dayan?
Super duper excited na ako.
Ako din. Kaya let's start na. Tara na! For our first stop, teka, shish lang tayo, Diana. Library to, be. Di ako ready mapalabas for today's video. Wait, hanapin natin si Bea. Wait, ayun! Teka, yun na si Bea!
Fiona!
Ay, sorry, Ben. Na-excite lang. Bea!
Hi, Fiona, and
Her name is Dayan and transfer siya dito sa Damabini Academy.
Hello, Bea. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too.
Bea, ano binabasa mo? Sipag mo lagi ka na dito sa library.
Module 6 Forms and Functions of Social Organizations.
Grabe, sipag talaga. Explain na. Yung part ng social networks, di ko pa naaral yun eh. May lesson pa mamaya.
Sige, okay. Hear me out. A social network consists of individuals who have dyadic relationships that are interacting with other relationships within a structure. It indicates the way that people and organizations are connected through various social familiarities, ranging from casual acquaintance to close familial bonds. Ito yung grupo ng tao kahit saan man tayo pumunta. Maaaring tayo ay maging kabilang sa religious group, ethnic group, classroom, at iba pang paraan ng pagpapangkat. Maging ang pamilya, kaibigan, kakilala at katrabaho, may tuturong din natin na social network. Sociogram naman is a visual presentation of the social networks present in one group or more. It was developed by Jacob Moreno, a psychiatrist, in 1951 to understand the dynamics of the intersections of social groups within the structure. Sa madaling sabi, ito ay ang graphical na representasyon ng mga relasyon ng isa o higit pang tao o grupo. Sociogram has multiple arrangements, namely clique, one-way choice, and isolate. Clique is an exclusive group that is separate from an entire unit. Ito ay isang grupo ng mga individual na nakikipag-ugnayan sa isa't isa sa pamamagitan ng kanilang pare-parehong hilig o kagustuhan. One-way choice naman is an individual who relates to another individual who does not reciprocate the affiliation. And lastly, isolate. Ito naman ay individual who has chosen no one and is not chosen by anyone in the structure.
Wow. Parang ang tatalino na pa ng taga-Mabini,
Parang lang yun, Dayan. Joke. Siyempre, sipag talaga puhunan dito. By the way, thank you, Bea. See you later sa class.
Bye! See you around!
Bye!
Bye! Tahimik sa library. Nabingaw ng slide. OMG, OMG, Dayan. Andito na tayo. Okay, let me present to you our study hall.
Wow! It's nice! Walang ganito sa dati kong school. It's actually amazing.
Yeah, amazing, right? Ito pa mas amazing. Kita mo yung tatlo? Tignan mo magtalo-talo yung tatlo mamaya.
Sino sila?
Actually, yan yung sinasabi ko sa inyong top students. Taray! Taas, di ma-reach. Pero magmaritas muna tayo sa kanila.
Let's start with the in-group, out-groups, and reference groups. Mr. Medina, ikaw sa in-groups. I'll take the out-groups part and the number 2 under the in-groups para fair. And Miss Nastor, take charge ka sa reference groups and number 3 under the in-groups. So, let's start.
Okay, let's start. First of all, what's an in-group? An in-group is the social group in which an individual directly affiliates and expresses loyalty to. In-groups are groups that you are a part of. These are groups wherein you feel a sense of belonging. For example, 12 Humes A can be considered as an in-group because we all identify as members of this section. If you don't identify as a member of 12 Humes A, then you are not a part of the in-group. In-groups have 3 primary characteristics according to Chandra. The first characteristic is that members use titles, external symbols, and dress to distinguish themselves from the out-group. I'm sure we're all familiar with the Jejemons, right? They're one of the most recent cultural phenomena in the country. We can observe that they have a distinct fashion sense and language. They wear rainbow-colored caps, loose shirts, and pants. In terms of language, they have their own socialite called Jejenese. If you still remember from our Komunikasyon at Pananaliksik sa Wika at Kulturang Pilipino class last year, socialite is a form of language used by a particular group. In written text, Jejemons alter the spelling of words and the capitalization of letters, as you can see here. We also have military groups. From the haircut that they share to the rigorous training that they receive, their shared experiences distinguish them from non-military personnel. Another example of this are student uniforms. We wear uniforms to distinguish ourselves from students of other schools. Only students of a particular school can wear their uniform. By looking at someone's uniform, we can see if they're from the Mabini Academy, Canosa, or the La Salipa.
Good point, Mr. Medina. Thank you. But now let's proceed to number 2. Those who are part of the in-group are the people who were defined as what society called normal and acceptable. Dito kabilang yung mga tao na kumbaga tinatawag na nakasusunod sa kung ano yung hinihingi ng society natin para matawag na kabilang ka sa standard na nakapasa sa kung ano ang katanggap-tanggap para sa ating society. While the out-group are the people who possess negativity or do not conform with what the society called norms or standards. In short, sila yung mga tao na tinuturing ng society na nakapagpapakita ng negatibong side ng personalities. Hindi sila sumusunod sa paniniwala ng society natin na mga standards. We also have in-group favoritism. This refers to the phenomenon of individuals which prefer to the members and practice within an in-group as it opposes to those individuals from the out-group. Dito natin makikita yung pagiging bias ng mga tao pagdating dun sa mga tao na kasali sa out-group, sa kung saan na ipapakita na mas nakakataas ang members ng in-group. Just for example, sa isang klase, nagkaroon ng groupings kung saan kapwa kayo lang yung pipili na magiging ka-group nyo. And then, ang pinili nyo at gusto nyo maging ka-group ay yung mga tao na member lang ng in-group, which means na na-outcast nyo yung members ng out-group.
Wrong point, but in groups do not only use titles, internal symbols, and dress to distinguish themselves from the out-groups nor groups, nor apply positive stereotypes to in-group and negative stereotype to the out-group, but in groups, members also tend to clash or compete with others out-group. Intergroup aggression is any behavior intended to harm another person because he or she is a member of an out-group. Intergroup aggression is byproduct of in-group bias in that if the beliefs of the in-group are challenged or if the group feels threatened, then they will express aggression toward out-group. The major motive for intergroup aggression is the perception of a conflict or interest between in-group and out-group. The way the aggression is justified is through dehumanizing the out-group because the more the out-group is dehumanized, the less they deserve the humane treatment enjoined by the universal norms. For example, discrimination in schools since the students is from the other province, and since her language is not fluent or good like others, her classmates started to discriminate against her.
Thank you, Ms. Nestor. After discussing the in-groups, let's now proceed to the out-groups. Out-group is the group that refers to those individuals who are usually associated with negative attributes. Individuals from this group are considered malevolent. When we say malevolent, sila yung mga tao na nagpapakita or nagpapahiwatig na masama sa ibang tao even though wala naman silang intensyon na gumawa ng masama sa iba. Nasabi lang na may balak silang gawin ng masama kasi hindi sila pasok sa standards ng society natin para matawag na isa silang mabuting tao. They are also prone from being discriminated and dehumanized. For example, yung isang tao na madaming tattoo sa katawan at malalaki yung butas sa tenga. Alam ko na una impression lagi ng karamihan sa kanila is puro masasama lagi yung idudulot nila towards other people. But what we don't know is sila paminsan yung maraming natutulong sa kapwa nila. We shouldn't judge someone just because ganun yung sinasalamin natin sa panlabas na anyo nila. There are circumstances and certain reasons why they want to project themselves like that.
Thank you, Ms. Roldan. My turn. Based on what I understand, reference group is what we see fit and our preference can be influenced or adapt to other people. Words when said and articulated in the right way can change someone's mind. Taken after someone's belief, as a person, we all have the power to bring someone from the slump of life and make a person out of them or can destroy someone's happiness using only words. A simple make-up choice can make a difference between someone's accepting or denying the message. For example, today, since aesthetic outfits are trendy, people might wear them and they got influenced and now they also wanted to try them.
Good job. I think we're ready for the presentation later.
Hala, ba't ganon? Nakakadugo ng ilong yung chismisan nila.
So true. Gusto mo bang tissue?
Gusto ko ng tissue, di ko kinakaya. Akala ko naman chismis makukuha ko. Akala ko din pag-uusapan nila yung nagsuntukan sa 7-Eleven. Eh di kayo na may sense. Sana all may sense. Alam mo, Dayan, tara na dun sa may halamanan. Dapat huli pa to, kaso na-stress talaga ako sa kanina.
Sige lang, go, tara.
OMG, OMG, OMG. My fave persons! Hi mga persons!
Hi, Fiona! Busy naman ng person na to.
Ano bagong buhay ka na ba? Or don't tell me, may jowa ka na. OMG!
Hala, grabe ka naman, Harvey. Hala, di ko na kayo favorite. Tinutour ko lang bago nating kaklase. Amazing, di ba? Tour guiders ako for today's video. By the way, Bianca and Harvey, this is Dayan.
Hello, Bianca and Harvey. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Vebs!
Nice to meet you, B! OMG! Welcome to TMA! Welcome na welcome ka here!
Sana all po welcome.
Fiona, tabi ka muna. Hi, Dayan. May group ka na ba?
Actually, Bianca, wala pa eh.
Really? Any primary or secondary groups? Wala?
Yes, pero primary and secondary what?
Yes, primary groups. Primary groups are tiny with deep, personal, and intimate ties that last a long time. Possibly a lifetime. These are extremely personal and emotional ties. Example be, family natin. Childhood friends, di mo kinari, love partners, more than love, and members of religious groups are example of members who have regular face-to-face or verbal connection, a common culture, and frequently engage in activities together. Straight English, change is coming.
But wait, there's more. Secondary groups. In secondary groups, you can only be a member of a secondary group if you choose to. May choice tayo sa part na to. They are organized around common interests and activities. Many people can meet long-term friends or people they would simply refer to as acquaintances there. Weak emotional ties and little personal acquaintance between the parties characterize secondary relationships. So overall talaga, secondary groups ay second option natin for welfare lang, ganon. Pero nakadepende sa atin if gusto natin i-level up. Level up, di mo kinary. Last na, swear. Secondary groups also don't have the same focus on fostering and sustaining relationships as primary groups do. For example is teacher to students.
Grabe. Thank you, Harvey and Bianca.
But wait, there's more. May small group pa. Pero overall, a small group is a group of 3 or more people who interact about a common problem or interdependent aim and have a mutual influence on one another lang naman. Best example, family. Kapag naman yung madamihan na like barangay, abay large group na yon. More examples pa ba? More examples sa small group, pwede pumasok dito yung mga groupings natin every subject. Sa large group naman, pwede na whole TMA community.
Hoy! Ba't ang dami niyong alam today? Di na kayo yung Harvey at Bianca na nakilala ko. Bahala kayo.
Malapit na mag-time.
OMG! Gora na kami mga siza. Thank you! Babush! Tara, Dayan!
Bye, thank you ulit.
Lukarat talaga yung mga yun as always. Okay, saan na ba next stop natin? Okay, feel ko sa lahat ng napuntahan natin, dito ka mag-e-enjoy kasi... OMG! Hello, Pressy!
Hi Fiona and hello Dayan. Welcome to Mabini Academy.
Hello po, Miss President.
Pressy, ganda naman ng kisig mo today, ha? How to be you po?
Ang bola mo naman silang, dadalhin ko lang tong file sa principal's office.
Patingit lang po. Serious question po, kasi sobrang curious lang talaga ako. How to be a leader like you po ba, Miss President?
Everyone wants to be a leader. Ako kasi sa experience ko, madalas akong nagiging leader and for me, it was the most rewarding yet stressful thing na meron ako. First, you get to make the key decisions. You will get the most credit when things go well. You will also get the blame when things go wrong. Leadership, Ito yung kakayanan or abilidad ng isang individual na maka-impluwensya sa tamang pamamaraan at magabayan yung mga followers niya or yung miyembro niya. Familiar kasi tayo kapag naririnig natin ang word na leader ay para sa mga may posisyon lamang. Pero it happens at all levels within an organization and society. Ikaw, kahit ordinaryong student ka lang, pwede ka maging leader if you attain the qualities of a leader, wherein yung qualities ng leader is pag-uusapan natin mamaya. Leadership means different things to different people, different cultures, and different situations. But it is always a multifaceted role, which means maraming factors or perspective pa rin na kailangan mong i-consider. Effective leadership enables followers to succeed. It sets direction, it builds a vision, and adapts as circumstances require. Kumbaga, alam niyo naman 'di ba, Fiona and Diane, a good leader is also a good follower. Yet few people understand that to be a good leader, you first need to be a great follower. As Aristotle said, he who cannot be a good follower cannot be a good leader. Kasi nga, they lead by example. Kumbaga, yung mga follower natin, yun yung gumagaya sa atin. Tayo yung nagiging role model or example nila. So, if hindi tayo isang good follower na nakikinig sa suggestion ng iba, taking full accountability sa action, may confidence sa sarili, then hindi tayo magiging isang good leader. So now, Fiona and Diane, let us talk about naman kung ano naman yung qualities ng isang leader and follower. Leaders and followers, they must believe in himself or herself. The best followers have confidence in their abilities and the abilities of their leaders. Hindi na nila kailangan pasabihan kung ano ang gagawin, kung paano ang gagawin, at kung kailan gagawin. They just simply get things done. They also know and expect that their leaders will get their things done too. Kumbaga, it's a mutual trust that keeps the work engine humming along nicely. You trust that your leader would appreciate the spirit of your input and engagement, and to be a successful leader in the future, you will need a competent and confident followers. Being a good follower is really essential, especially if you are following with the intention of leading. You can become a better leader than you could have ever envisioned by using the lessons you acquire as a follower. Next, conformity. So, ito naman yung proseso kung saan yung mga tao, binabago nila or ina-alter nila yung set of beliefs, attitudes, actions, values or perceptions para mapasali sila or mapasama sa isang certain group na gusto nila and whose approval they desire para kumbaga maging fit. Next is groupthink, wherein nag-occur ang groupthink kapag ang isang bagay ay napagdesisyon na sa isang stressful na situation na yung stake is napakataas na kung saan yung magiging result nito ay maaaring magkaroon ng error sa naging decision-making ng group. Kaya nila ginagawa ang groupthink is sa tingin nila it is somewhat a sense of loyalty and to confirm yung desisyon ng group nila as a one para daw makaiwas sa pakiramdam ng pagiging outcast. Now let us tackle naman, there are two types ng leaders sa small group. First, we have expressive leader. And second naman is instrumental leader. Ang expressive leadership, nakatuon siya sa pagpapanatili ng pagkakaisa ng group. Ang mga leader na dominanteng nakakapag-express ay they strive hard upang mapanatili or ma-uphold yung pleasant, warm relationship, and they also ensure the group's overall well-being. Sila ay isang good leader dahil talagang nagmamalasakit sila sa kanilang miyembro. However, they occasionally struggle with organization and efficiency. Sa kabilang banda, goal achieving naman ang main focus ng instrumental leadership. Instrumental leaders who have a significant role in task completion strive to keep productivity high. They are effective managers because they complete the task at hand. They can, however, exclude other group members because they are frequently so intent on the task at hand. Ang instrumental leadership, nakatuon siya sa paggamit ng mga layunin. Ang mga leader na higit na nakakatulong is nagtatrabaho sila para mapanatili yung pagiging productive nila at matiyak na makukumpleto nila yung mga gawain. Sila, mahusay silang tagapamahala dahil ginagawa nila yung trabaho nila. Gayunpaman, madalas silang nakatutok sa gawain na maaari nilang ihiwalay ang ibang mga miyembro ng grupo. Although most leaders naman, they tend to choose either instrumental or expressive techniques, these are also both necessary for a organization to function well. Therefore, the most effective leaders are able to adapt their leadership style to the particular circumstance. Whenever a need arises, they may shift from being instrumental and concentrating on the work to being expressive and focusing on collaboration.
Wala na, sa'yo na talaga ang pwesto. Oh, walang may karapatan na umangal. Shush, tahimik lang ang lahat. Sige, pati ako tatahimik.
Ako din, napatahimik na din ako. Sige po, Miss President. Aalis na po kami. Thank you.
Walang anuman. Uy, malapit na mag-time. See you later.
See you later, Presi! Okay, check na ang Centennial Hall, Eco Hall, Clinic, Batibot, faculties ng teacher, check. Okay, dito na lang muna tayo, kapagod.
Yun lang, tara, pagod na din ako.
Pero, matanong ko lang, Dayan, so far, na-enjoy mo bang mabini?
Super duper duper Fiona. Thank you sa tour and sa mga share na friends mo sa akin. Actually, nabasa ko na yung Module 6 sa UCSP. Kasi naghahabol ako. Akala nyo kayo lang may baon. Siyempre, meron din ako.
Pak na pak ka dyan. Grabe, Dayan. Sabi na nag-warm up ka pa lang eh. Sabi na may pasabog ka talaga. Okay, sige. Share ka ng anything about social organizations.
Okay, ang basic naman. Okay, let's go. Social organization. Social organization is defined as the network of relationship in a group because it consists po of a group of people that build connections with each other to be able to work together as a system. This helps po to build a better community. Some of the examples po of social organizations are governments, families, universities, and any other people or groups that you socially interact with. It is the product po of social interaction among groups, individuals, and institutions. You can classify these social organizations in two ways, the formal and the informal organization. In formal organization po, they are oriented toward reaching specific goals and is structured by clearly laid out rules, goals, and practices. It typically follows the hierarchies of authority. One example po is yung role po ng superior and subordinate. A subordinate employee would not hold the same power or influence compared to the manager of a company. There is a specific task and responsibility for each member po of a formal organization. Other examples po of formal organizations are schools, business organizations, and other healthcare institutions. By observing the examples, the main purpose po talaga ng formal organization is to plan and direct the organization towards its purpose. This is useful po especially for conducting a business. On the other hand, in the informal organization, typically po, it do not follow po the hierarchies of authority. Rather, authority po dito is equal among all members. Yung relationship po ng mga members are more personal than role-related. Means it's not really focusing on leadership po. Kahit sino po pwedeng mag-volunteer na maging leader. Pwede po silang maging leader within 1 day, 2 weeks, 1 month, kung ano pong gusto nila. And one of the examples po are volunteer groups. A volunteer group might rotate leadership among members, giving the opportunity to all. Unlike po sa formal organization, that you need po to be promoted to be able to have higher positions. Informal organization po also follows norms, customs, and beliefs that are not explicitly written. Meaning po, hindi po siya specifically rule or law na kailangan i-follow. In contrast po, a formal organization which follows laws and rules that must be applied. Ito po yung kailangan po kasi po ito documented, dapat po nicely executed po natin to. And lastly po, yung rational planning is most likely to be po used to a formal organization that uses formal structure. And both formal and informal organizations po serve human needs and meet goals ranging from financial to values-based. They allow people po to build communities and achieve goals that would not be possible alone.
Be, wala na. Friendly na talaga kita. Galing mo. Hala, time na. Takbo, 112, bilis.